All right. What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome back to Recruiting Unfiltered with Najee Wilkins, man. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We should have Casey on here in just a little bit. Again, still waiting, but supposed to be at 6 o'clock, man. But that ain't gonna stop us from hitting all of the recruiting news, obviously from around the way, man. So before we wait and obviously bring them on the show, man, let's get into some of the nitty gritty, man. Some of the national headlines and obviously the news real quick. And I think Casey's about ready to go. Real quick, I just want to talk about Cooper Witten. Obviously, he commits to where his dad is coaching at real quick. Committed to obviously Oklahoma and will join obviously his pops and everything like that. So very excited for that. Should be obviously a very great storyline to follow. And continue to see what he's going to be able to do moving forward, man. But I think we got Casey ready to go, man. So I know he's a busy guy. We ain't gonna waste too much of his time, man. We're gonna bring him on the show and holler at Casey Barner.
What's going on,
Casey,
man?
what's up, fam? How you doing, bro?
Chilling. How you
I feel
doing?
you, man. I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. How was training?
Training was good. I ain't really doing nothing there. We had weight room and had mat drills this morning at like 5. It was smooth.
Got you, man. Definitely. So, Casey, man, obviously, man, we know you are a prime time prospect, brother. I want to ask this: when did you realize, man, you could be special at this football thing, man? When did you realize that this could be, obviously a big time, sport for you?
Uh-huh. I mean, I realized football could really be something special for me when I started seeing my hard work actually showing up on the field. At first, it was just fun, but once I started making plays, it helped my team win. I knew it could take me places.
1,000%. And then growing up, Casey, when you were younger, man, tell me about some of the games you used to play in, man. When you was, obviously at a young age, man. Like some of those big games you had. Obviously your parents being there, your family. Like, what were some of those experiences like?
You can read the question?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was saying, what was some of those experiences like for you, Casey, when you were younger, man? You going through it, you playing youth football, moms, pops, everybody's there watching you play, man. What were some of those experiences like?
I mean, it was fun, man. Not gonna lie, I actually miss it because everything gets serious now. But when I was younger, everything was just fun and just balling, whatever. But now everything is a business, everything's serious now. So yeah,
Would it be in, obviously, Casey? Would it be more fun back when you were younger? Just walk us through a little bit without revealing too much, Casey. What was it like now? You a high school prospect, you top rated. What's the business side of it kind of like now? Even though you're still young and you're in it now.
I mean the business side is crazy, man. Not gonna lie, like it's something every day. But you just gotta know how to deal with it. Just have the right support systems and mentors to like help you along the way. But it's smooth. It ain't not too crazy, but it's a lot though.
Let me ask you this, Casey. What would you tell maybe somebody in your shoes, man? They blow up like you do. You talked about the business part of it. What would you tell them in order to kind of stay, kind of level headed, grounded, not allow it to be too much?
I mean, I tell them just be a kid, bro. Take it day by day, and don't rush the process, and just enjoy every moment that you get.
Facts. All right, Casey. I got to take you back, man. You had a big time game. I know you know all about it, man. Obviously, we show the share screen here, man. You're going up against Wall, and you go off in this game. I think you had like 4 touchdowns, 300 all-purpose yards. I mean, Coach, you really set the stage last year, man, for what the year would be for you. So, what was that experience like playing on TV and just showing the world your talent?
Say it again. I couldn't hear you.
Yes, sir. No, I would say, what was it like, man, being on that stage and like really setting the tone last year and showing the whole world your talent and just going off in that game like that?
I mean, it was great, man. It was very great. Coming out there with my new teammates, just balling. Just having the right pieces in front of me at the right time. So it was definitely a fun time to have.
Back. Going into that game, Casey, obviously with your new teammates, did you have like a feeling going there, like, hey man, this gonna be a crazy day, or like what was it like pregame going into that game?
Yeah, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I had butterflies. I never
Ah,
played in the Mercedes Benz, so just going in there and just playing there. The first play I got the ball just went off. Not gonna lie, man. I got the ball, just used my speed and my IQ to get to one end zone to the another one. So it was fun. Not gonna lie, man.
facts. All right, Casey, let's talk about your versatility, man. Kind of Correct me if I'm wrong. Two-way ability. If you want to call it three-way ability, to just let me know. But what part of the game do you feel like you can affect the most if it's both sides of the ball, Casey? But what allows you just to be able to be a phenomenal safety, but also be obviously, what I'm saying, elite player on offense as well?
I mean, I say just practicing, just my crowd's going into my game, man. I ain't gonna lie, my crowd's like you said going into my game, doing three phases of the ball, just catching the ball, running it, tackling, hitting, all that. So I think that's probably be it.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, Casey. Next level, I know you're a top safety. If you had to choose, which one would you prefer? Is it running back or is it obviously safety?
It's definitely safety. I love playing safety, man. But running back was my first love. When I was growing up, I played running back a lot, but now I just like hitting. I love hitting now, so I think I play safety for sure.
Okay. So you rather play safety. So let me ask you this. If you went to a college, Casey, and you was able to, let's say you go to this prominent school, they want you to play both ways. What's your response to that?
I mean, I'll do it definitely. I definitely take the chance. I feel like I can do it.
Okay. How if you had to say, Casey, how do you train your body? Were you able to do that? Because obviously it's a lot of wear and tear with the sport of football.
You said how would I train my body?
Yeah, just so like you able to withstand it.
I mean, it's just doing more recovering than I work out. I definitely say just recover a lot. Just take everything slowly and just do what I can do. Having all the team on both sides of the ball.
For sure. For you, Casey, when you roll your tape and you cut it on, talk to whoever, what are two things that you feel like separate you from the rest of the DBs in the 2028 class?
Shout again, I couldn't hear you.
Yes, sir. I said when you cut on your tape, Casey, what are two things that you see that separate you from the rest, anybody else in your class?
I definitely say I think I'm the most physical and versatile player in my class. I got speed, hitting. I can do it all, man. I don't think no guy doing it how I'm doing it.
Facts. What's one weakness that you really attacked last all season that allowed you to flourish?
I was no weakness in my game. I just put my effort into doing it all. Just trying to be a leader.
Facts. What would you say that you were focusing on this offseason, Casey, for that big time junior year?
Oh, I definitely say studying and breaking down film and trying to play more faster.
Period. All right. You can only pick one of these, Casey. Range, physicality, or IQ. Which one would you rather have as a safety?
I say I definitely say IQ.
Okay. Why IQ?
I say IQ because I'm already physical. I'm already physical. I got everything, but I say IQ.
Okay. I respect that. All right. Um, Now, obviously, Casey, you've played in some obviously big time environments. You've obviously balled on obviously those levels, man. But what was it like this past year, man? Just playing with McKeitron, having that undefeated season. What did you enjoy the most?
It was definitely. I think that our team was. Everybody wasn't playing for themselves. I think it was something like bigger. Like we was trying to achieve. It felt great, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like we had a big class, a big group of seniors that left, and them guys just leading us into the game and just telling us what we should do and what we could work on.
Facts. Going up against obviously a lot of great players, Casey. If you had to say who's been the best player you went against in your career so far.
The best player,
Yes, sir.
uh, I'll say. Oh no, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. That's a good question, man. I don't know, man.
Don't know. All right, man. All right, I respect that. What kind of matchups
It's a
do
lot
you
of great
do?
players out there.
You ain't lying. It is a lot of great players. You ain't lying. What matchups you feel like bring the best out of you, Casey? Do you feel like it's big receivers, speedy slots, or physical run game?
Say it again. Your mic was going there.
Yes, sir. I said, what do you feel like brings the most out of you, Casey, when you're playing in physical matchups? Do you feel like it's the big receivers, speedy slot, or physical run game?
I say all the above.
Why you feel that way?
I mean, I don't really have no reason. It's just
Next one. All right. If you can hear me, Casey, try to leave and come back. Hello.
yeah, I get
Okay, sorry about that, man. Probably it's the connection. I want to talk about leadership a little bit,
Yeah,
Casey.
bro.
You mentioned it a little bit, man. Do you lead by example, or you're a vocal leader?
I definitely say I lead by example, man. It's a lot of stuff I do off the field that a lot of people don't notice yet, but soon they'll know. I feel like I'm a big role model to the youth, and I help my community a lot just by doing the small things.
So you mentioned that. How do you kind of wear that badge a little bit, Casey? Obviously, you said and you are. I seen you up close and personal last weekend, and there are a lot of kids that aspire to be what you are. So how do you continue to be a role model with all like the pressure, everything that comes your way?
I mean, just improving on myself and just standing character at all times.
Period. What is the next milestone that Casey Barner wants to hit in his career?
The next milestones,
Yes, sir.
I definitely say just having a better season that I ever had from my freshman year, just improving.
1,000%, man. All right, I got to ask you about the comparison, man. I want to get it from Jump Street and hear from you yourself. You're being compared to basically Caleb Downs of this class for everything that you can do, how physical you are, your range, your IQ. What is your thoughts on that comparison?
I mean, I definitely say it's accurate, definitely for sure. A lot of people compare me to Eric Berry too, but my favorite safety of all time is Sean Taylor. I feel like I play like
Um,
Sean a lot too.
okay. What's your favorite thing about Sean Taylor? That's a good comparison.
Just how physical he was, man. The things he did at Miami and to the league, it was just crazy, out of this world.
1,000%. I want to ask Casey if you haven't been able to yet. I know obviously you do a lot for your community. Have you thought about? I know it's very, very early. Have you thought about just like drives for kids or just having even camps? Not now, but maybe in the future, just to kind of give back with all your great talent and what you're going to become.
Yeah, 100%. I've been thinking about that since I was a freshman, man. But I'm just letting everything fall in place. That time definitely gonna come though.
1,000%, man. What coach for you, Casey, has been the most impactful in your career?
I mean, a coach that been impactful in my career, I definitely it had to be Melo, man. He been with me since I was 11, and I don't know where I'd be without him.
1,000%. All right, man. A couple more before I let you go, man. If you had to say what is the biggest reason you play football? What's your joy in it?
The biggest reason I play football, I'll say
Yes,
it's
sir.
definitely my family, man. It's definitely
Mm.
my family. A lot of stuff that it's a lot, but I say my family, man. Definitely.
Without getting too in deep, Casey, 'cause I know you're gonna share your story one day, man. What's one part of your story that people don't know about Casey that you would like to just say or just that they should know about you that people don't know? Definitely the connection, y'all. Can you hear me? Nah. We'll see if we can get him back, y'all. I think his connection obviously went out. But we only had a couple more before we obviously let him ride, man. But as y'all can see, that's big Casey Barner, man. Let me see if we got him back. Look, he's moving. You hear me, Casey?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. I said without getting like obviously too deep. I know you're gonna tell your story one day, Casey. But what's one layer or what's one part of your story you want other people to know that they don't?
I never say my personality, my character off the field, man. I think I got a great. I think I'm a great person off the field, man.
Make sure your Wi-Fi.
You hear me? Hold on, y'all. Waiting for him. Jimmy, what's going on, brother? Appreciate you tapping in, my guy, as always, man. Trying to talk to one of the top players, man. Bring obviously all that exclusive content to y'all, man. Pretty cool story. Obviously, we talked to Casey, man, one of the best players in the country. I think we got him back, man. But always appreciate you supporting, brother. Let's see. I think too, y'all, just for the connection issues, man. I think he's on the go. I'm sedentary where I'm at, so I really just been chilling. But I think he's kind of on the go. But Casey does a lot, man. So the fact that he can even jump on this call, appreciate him and his family, man. Definitely for that. So I know he be doing a lot of stuff, man. Let me see. Still don't hear nothing. Yeah, I think he booted out. But yeah, man, we'll see if we get Casey back, man. If not, like I said, man, great story, man, about him. Obviously, like I said, all that versatility, man. The kid has special, grounded, and puts in a lot of work, man. I was even talking to his folks a little bit, and just all the training sessions he had. Like he literally had to move around the training session to earlier in the week just to come on the call. So nah, definitely appreciate it, man. I know he'll obviously uncover more layers of his story. It's hard to do that when you're doing remote. Obviously, y'all, man. So, but great kid, great fam. I obviously just appreciate them even get this opportunity. Like they could have easily been like, "Nah, I'm good, Naj. I'm not doing no interview." I'll say that for another time, man. So, just appreciate them even doing that, even coming on the call, man, because the kid is busy, got a lot going on. Like he said, it was kind of interesting to hear his perspective. On one end, obviously, you know what I'm saying, he's doing what he's doing, but it's also a business for him too. So he has to make sure, like, you know what I'm saying, everything aligns for him because, he can obviously be big in the future, man. It's crazy to hear him already think of it in that manner as a high school player, man. So definitely just appreciate him, you know what I'm saying, even coming on if that is the end of the interview, man. Definitely catch up with him, throughout the year if he's able to come on, man. But we'll keep it rolling in the meantime. You know what I'm saying, and continue to roll through. We talk about Cooper Witten. Very interesting. Obviously, we're hearing flips right now currently for Dante Wright. So I'm going to pull up that share screen for y'all that y'all can see it. But this is what we're hearing in terms of recruiting. Here it is right here. Dante Wright is getting predictions to land and flip to Oregon. Now, he just was done a 5-star prospect. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, via I think 247 Sports. But apparently, per dog recruiting, he has been obviously trying to silence some of this, in terms of his recruitment and things like that. Continuing to, you know what I'm saying, obviously, just enjoy the process, essentially. So let's see. Dog recruiting. All right, here you go. Y'all can see this. Let's see where he is. I think this might be him. Here it is right here. Yes. So via dog recruiting, as y'all boys can see, they said despite the rumors and predictions of 5-star cornerback in Georgia commit Dante Wright flipping to Oregon, he posted to his Instagram story that he's still fully committed. Wright committed to the Dogs last June. Will the Dogs hold him to the 5-star from California? Now, Georgia's obviously brought in several players, you know what I'm saying, from the California state, that you could think of, the Brock Bowers, and they've been very successful. Not always easy to keep those commitments, of course. especially with it obviously being so far out. But this will be obviously a storyline to continue to follow to see if he ends up getting flipped. Will make obviously a lot of sense. Oregon's not that far from California compared to Georgia. It was all the way across seas. But we've seen a lot of California players have success. Nick Frazier is another example of a player that came over, has been having success early on, obviously in his career. So obviously he's one, excuse me, to continue to obviously watch for as well. So yeah, that is obviously the latest with obviously him and everything that he has obviously going on. But 247 recently updated obviously their rankings. We'll dive into that a little bit. Let's see. See if I can find it. Spring visits. Okay, here it is right here. As y'all can see, obviously they have brand new 5-star prospects. Obviously here are the new ones. I believe that this is David Gabriel Georges. This is obviously KJ Green right here. And I don't know who the big guy is. I think that is, well, they didn't even put him in the photo. I'm not sure who that is. But nonetheless, they obviously did a full update, new 5 stars. Jalen Brewster, I think he's a top rated player on Rivals, obviously, with everything that he's been doing and he's been having going on. KG also earned a 5th star as well. And again, y'all know I'm very high on him. I think he's the top prospect, what I'm saying, in the country. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think it's hype when it comes to this player. I think it's a mix of a great story, hard work, good people around him, which is why he's so successful. And I think he's going to be a player that gets to that obviously that next level. So yeah, he's one that's a difference maker, and I think has a very obviously high upside, to say the least, man. So he's going to be one to continue to follow moving forward. Alabama, Ohio State, South Carolina, and obviously Miami. And Miami's a team that obviously made their play for him. I think this past spring, look at his recruitment. It was Alabama and South Carolina very early for KJ. As teams that was very high on him and obviously continue to recruit him. They're still doing that, but Miami's a team that came in the spring and kind of took that next step. And I think for KJ, you got to think about it with obviously Mario Cristobal, what they just did this past season, how Akeem Messenger, how Ruben Bain developed in that system, how he developed with that defensive line coach Jason Taylor, who came to see KJ. It just makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm not saying he's going to commit to Miami, but nonetheless, obviously, that looks very appetizing and very appeasing, to say the least, for him. So definitely, obviously, going to be something to continue to watch for. What I'm saying, moving forward. But yeah, I think KJ is one of those guys, definitely. That's obviously top tier. All right, so those are basically the new 5 stars. Like I said, Dante Wright, we just talked about. Obviously, he's being predicted to land with Oregon. Oregon also has shown recently with their cornerbacks, Brandon Finney Jr., that obviously they can develop and you can play early on, obviously in your career. We just talked about obviously KJ David Gabriel George is one of the top backs, obviously in the country. Very high on him, 5-star prospect from Baylor School. I think he ran for 300 or 400 yards in multiple games, obviously last season. And then we all know about Cedar Hill, Texas, Jalen Brewster, one of the top defensive linemen in the country at his position. So yeah, man, definitely a lot of good prospects. Definitely a lot of people that can obviously make a difference. Obviously, in my humble opinion as well. And then these are some of the newcomers for 247. Miles Smith, Mitchell Turner, who's not committed yet, Tay Walden, Stanley Montgomery, Jakari Lipsy, Jake Norrott, Aiden O'Neill, Cameron Hall. Cameron Hall. You got obviously David F. I don't want to mess up his name, and then Kalen Weimer as well. So I'm going to be some prospects, obviously, to watch out for, as well, just to be able to see, what's coming down the pike, obviously, for them. All right. So that is the latest there. Let me see if we had any other news. Yes. So I want to give y'all some game about some players to watch out for, man. In the 2029 class that I think are very special and obviously have a lot of upside and different things that they're going to be able to obviously do. Now I was at the 7-7-on-7 obviously tournament in camp, and I think some names that stood out to me. A young player I mentioned was Rayshawn Jeffries. I think he has a lot of upside, very young, Obviously very talented. I highlighted him obviously on my social media page. Here he is right here. Let me see if I can do this share screen for y'all. All right, here he is right here. And I thought, like I said, he just made plays consistently. You know what I'm saying? To be so young, playing for MFTK Spartans, I thought he did what he was supposed to do, and obviously was just dynamic. You know what I'm saying, throughout, and he's definitely a player. You know, continue to watch. He just transferred to St. Augustine as well, and I think he's in store for a big year. He'll be a sophomore this year, but already running on the circuit. And I think he's going to be one to watch, obviously, in Florida moving forward, and excited to obviously watch, you know, his progression. Next up is this kid right here. This is Aiden Robinson. Played with C1N, young, talented, explosive with the ball in his hands. I think he plays for Sumter County, but playing for C1N, obviously in the circuit, tried out for the team. He's going to be one to continue to watch as well. Sumter County had a good year last year, 12-2, and have a lot of prospects, man, that can take it to another level, take it to the next level. Obviously, in my humble opinion. So yeah, he's going to be obviously another one to watch. In my humble opinion as well, and very high upside, to say the least, man. So Aiden Robinson, another one to know, obviously, in that class. My guy, Valdosta Football Academy, 2029 Landon G out of Milton. Yes, sir, man. I know all about Landon G. Ironically enough, I've actually already interviewed him, so I'm already one step ahead of you, brother. I actually brought him on my channel. He was one of my, when I kicked off my show, Velocity, he was one of the first people that I believe I interviewed on my new show. I've been doing this, I think, for the past month, some month and some change now, in terms of obviously getting kids onto the show. I think he was definitely one of my first ones I brought on. Let me see if I can show you while you're still here. Let's see, give me one sec. See if I can find it. Yep, boom, here it is right here. As you can see, I'm not lying. My exclusive interview, obviously, with Landon G. So yes, I had him on the show. I think that night I had 3 different guys, but this is the interview, as you can see right here. Make sure it's muted. It is muted, but yes, I already know, man, about Landon G, man. And obviously, I want to say this too while I got you on here, Velocity. Very special kid, man. He's another one. I like these kids that they don't let the fame, they don't let like the hype, because you know he's getting a lot of attention. They don't let it get to him. Like he could have easily went with another outlet. Like I'm not 247 Sports. I'm not Rivals. You know what I'm saying? I'm not any ESPN. I'm not any of these big companies. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of just doing a solo thing. So the fact that he reached out personally, Velocity, and wanted to come on my new platform and network. Shout out to that kid, man. Shout out to his family too. You know, they didn't have to do that. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate them even wanting to come on, because I got something that I'm trying to grow and build, to be humbly honest with you. And the fact that he even trusted my platform to do that, that says a lot. He could have did an interview with anybody. So always appreciative of this kid. And obviously Landon G will be, you know, I think easily he'll grow into his grown man body. He should be easily a 5-star prospect, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Should be in that conversation, man. So shout out to him, man, and obviously everything he's doing in his family. I just wanted to share that, you know what I'm saying, as well, man. Great kid. Great kid. I wish more kids were like him. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it get to their head and stay grumbling and obviously humble. Not everybody's gonna do that, man, but he's one of those special ones that is. That's why I like KJ so much, man. KJ's the same way. KJ Green, like, has never switched up, has continued to always just be the same throughout the process, no matter how much hype, how much attention he's getting. And Landon G's the same thing. Says, I watched, doing great things. Keep up the great work, brother. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Trying to grow this thing, brother. So definitely appreciate you always supporting. Definitely appreciate you always throwing kids my way, tagging me in your posts too, man. So always appreciate that, man. You training some great kids, man. I know you've done Landon. I know you've done obviously Joshua Evans. You got a great academy, man. If you out there in that Woodstock area, not far from Alpharetta and Milton, if you want to go get O-line coach, man, Velocity Football Academy, man, that's the way to go, to get your training, man. They got a whole bunch of guys gotten to the college, gotten obviously off to the next level in the NFL, and are doing great things, man. So if you want that offensive line training, that's one of the best spots in the state to go to, man. I vouch for it myself. I went last year. I don't went this past year, but I went last year to the 1v1s, and they were great. A lot of gyms, you know, being obviously found there and being able to get some exposure. So definitely want to sit on the show, man. Shout out to you again, brother. But all right, y'all. that's the major news. Let me see if I got a couple more for we obviously wrap up the show for today. Got another one obviously tonight. Let me see. I think there was one kid. I'm gonna try to talk to my guy this one. Let me see. I'm gonna reach out and give him a phone call. Hopefully, one of these days, man. But my guy right here, Brandon Allen, he plays obviously for Westlake High School. He just announced recently his top 5 schools, man. So I'm gonna try to rap with him. Georgia Tech was on that list. But yeah, he recently announced obviously his top 5. Remember, he committed last year to Mississippi State. But obviously reopened his commitment. But he's getting offers from everywhere. We got Auburn, and this is the post I'm saying. I'm saying these were some of obviously his top 6: Virginia Tech, Vanderbilt, Florida State, Georgia Tech, Ole Miss, and obviously Mississippi State. So we're gonna try to holler at him and see what he got going on. We know obviously Coach Kobe Jones is recruiting great in the state. Obviously he'd be a great addition and add. He's also recruiting guys from Florida. To obviously come on campus and try to bring them. And obviously Brandon Allen's another one to continue to watch for to see if he can obviously land him and bring him obviously to the flats. So this is going to be a prospect to know here in the state. Like I said, 3-star prospect, a whole bunch of offers, and that's his top 6. But again, Auburn is definitely in the race to obviously land him. So that's going to be something to continue to watch moving forward. So that is the latest. I'm trying to think if I have any buzz. I'm trying to think about if I have any intel for you guys in terms of commitments. Nothing as far as of yet. But like I said, if I have any live commitments, I'll break it on the show. If I do not, like I said, what I'll do is I'll do a graphic for it, try to bring them on for exclusive interview, or if not, I'll pub the interview on my channel when they do commit. So y'all stay tuned for that. Trying to stay in with obviously the recruiting, everything that's been going on in around the country, really, even in the state. And like I said, I will continue to keep you guys in the loop. But that's gonna do it for today's show. Again, sorry about the Casey interview, man. I know it wasn't the best quality. Nothing I can really do. I think he was on the move, on the go, man. But appreciate him and his people for even coming on the show, man. Maybe next time if I talk to him again, if we can obviously do a sit down or we can do something with better quality. Where we can fully tell his story and just unpack those layers of the person he is, man. But he's a great kid too. Great family, great people, man. So appreciate everybody tuning in. That's gonna do it for today's show. Y'all know what to do, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. And whoever you guys want to see next, please let me know who you want to see next, obviously, on the show. Again, we're not limiting this to just Georgia. We're talking anybody, anywhere. This is not just a platform of getting top quality prospects, 5 stars, 4-star, whoever wants to get exposed, get their attention out there. We're doing everybody. So y'all let me know who y'all want to see next. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Thursday. I will see y'all soon. Peace.